Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of a weekly Waypoint. They just keep coming and they don't stop 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 coming. And this week I have another episode of Overwatch 2 for you. And it's an Orisa game this time. It's another tank game. It's an Orisa game. She's super fun to play in Overwatch 2. If you played her in Overwatch 1, she's very different in Overwatch 2. You're about to see what she can do. It's another one of those games, just like last week, where I was like, that was a fucking awesome game. And then as I was recording the match and I was watching it back, I was like, oh, there are several things that I did that could have been improved, such as I used my little javelin twirl thing as like a gap closer, which I don't think you're really supposed to do. You're supposed to use it to bully people, and don't worry, I certainly did bully people with it. But yeah, Overwatch 2 continues to be a delight to play. Season 1 ends in like 8 days. And I'm level 75 in the battle pass, so I should get it done, but I am slightly concerned because it's an 80 tier battle pass for those of you that don't know. It's a little close to the wire. I wish they would be a little bit more generous with the XP. They're not exactly stingy with it, but I don't know. I feel like other games I don't... Maybe it's like a shorter season, I don't actually remember. It feels like it's been a bit of a shorter season than something like Fortnite or Halo. Well, definitely Halo. If I seem a little bit all over the place this video, it's because I woke up at 5 in the morning to do a shift which I wasn't needed for. I left early because there was nothing to do, but I'm very sleepy. Sundays are notoriously a day where I'm very sleepy because I have my early morning shift. Well, this is Monday and I had another early morning shift and it was earlier, and I'm not made for these mornings, my dudes. And the slightly awkward thing, I'm just gonna include this stretch video, it's thematic. The slightly awkward thing about that is Dragonflight comes out tonight at 11 PM, and that's a brand new World of Warcraft expansion, baby. So I don't know, I might succumb to having a little nap, but I don't really want to just not be able to sleep tonight either because I had a nap. So I might just try and 24-hour this shit. Well, it wouldn't be 24 hours. Well, I don't know, it depends how long I play Dragonflight for. Probably not that long. Man, someone put up a poll on Twitter, someone being Mr. GM of Warcraft video fame, saying, what are you most excited for, Christmas or the new World of Warcraft expansion? And this is a thought I've had in the past where I've been like, when Warlords of Draenor and Legion were going to come out, I could barely stand it. I was so excited. And even with BFA and Shadowlands, I was really excited as well for them to come out. I've realised with Dragonflight, I am excited, but it's more of a... I don't know, it's more of like a... If they like delayed it by a week, all of a sudden out of nowhere, I could wait, if you know what I mean. And I don't know why that is, because I believe that Dragonflight will be a better expansion than Shadowlands. I'm optimistic. Maybe I'm watching this video back in the future with a new... Hopefully I'm not. All signs point to this being a better expansion though. But like... And I like the theme as well. I like the theme a damn sight more than Battle for Azeroth, that's for sure. But maybe it's because I've played a few World of Warcraft expansions now, or maybe it's because the last few have been lackluster, or maybe it's because I've, you know, diverged and I play a bunch of different MMOs now. But I'm just kind of a reasonable level of excited for it. I'm just like gently happy that it's coming out, and that's weird. I still don't know if I'm going to main my Druid or my Drakfir Evoker. I said I was probably going to main my Evoker, but I don't know, man. My Druid's always been the character I play. So I'm thinking what I might do is, like, quote-unquote main my Druid like normal, but spend a lot of time with my Drakfir Evoker as well. Because this is meant to be an expansion which is good for ults in a way that the game hasn't been for a few expansions now. Not since, I want to say, Legion, although people might argue Legion's not great for ults with the artifact power system. I don't know, it's been a while. But definitely in BFA and Shadowlands I've felt very kind of like dissuaded from keeping ults leveled. But for various reasons, it does look like it's going to be a lot easier to have an ult this time round. So that's nice. Speaking of World of Warcraft, if you've ever played the game, if you have any interest in it, I highly recommend you go and check out Preach's latest video. I believe it's called something along the lines of A New Era for Warcraft Inside Blizzard or something like that. I don't actually watch Preach. I think he seems like a nice guy. I've got nothing against him. I just haven't like taken the time to check out his content and become a regular. But he got the chance to go to Blizzard HQ and talk to them about like the change in design philosophy and stuff, and also like all the stuff, the allegations and stuff, and it's actually a really like, I would recommend any World of Warcraft player to go and watch that video. It's like over an hour long, but it's really insightful. I recommend it. Not so much on the allegation stuff, because that's like, lawyers are dealing with that and they can't really say much about that, but they do talk about it a little bit. But it's like this unprecedented peek inside like the offices of Blizzard and like seeing how the game's made and stuff, and you know, you don't get to see everything, but it's left me feeling a lot more it's weird to say in touch with the developers, if you know what I mean, but it's the kind of feeling you get when, you know, you watch a BlizzCon and you're like, oh right, and you see the devs talking about the game, and it's like, after months of discourse about people saying, oh, the devs are clearly this and the devs are clearly that, you hear from the devs themselves. But it's even more than that, because even in that sense, they're talking in a marketing fashion, whereas this is more of like a, it's not off the record, obviously, it's literally like a record of their thoughts, but it feels more casual and like real. So again, I highly recommend going and checking out Preacher's video, and I think there's going to be a part 2 as well. So yeah, go make time for it, it's great. They lay out really well what the problems with their previous design philosophies were as well, and like you get the sense it's not just marketing speak when they're like, oh, it's a new era and like we've changed the way we're doing things. Like the way they talk about it, you go, oh, they actually like are changing, if you know what I mean. And again, you go, oh yeah, well, how many times do Blizzard have to change? You'll just look, you'll watch the video, you'll see what I mean. In other gaming news, besides continuing to play Overwatch and RuneScape and all those things, because I'm still kind of like in that same rotation of games. It's been a while now, but I'm still there. But I just decided to spruce things up and add Battlefield 2042 to the list, and I don't know how long it's going to stay there. I don't have any plans to buy the Battle Pass or like seriously try to progress my account or anything like that. Like, I've peeked around the customization systems and it's not for me, it doesn't interest me. Like, I like the gun skins, but just like the way it's laid out in like the HUD and stuff, I'm like, I don't know, like it's just fundamentally not interesting to me. But the gameplay, I did play, like, you get like a 10-hour preview for new games with EA Play when they come out, which is going to be very helpful when the new Need for Speed game comes out, by the way. I don't typically go for trials because I know that they're trying to get you to buy the game, and I don't want to feel, you know, like, oh man, I was really enjoying that trial and now it's over, guess I better buy the game, when like, if I'm trying to trial, it's because I don't really have money to buy the game, right? Anyway, sorry for that long tangent, but basically, for whatever reason, I did decide to give Battlefield 2042 a try when it first came out, and it did not leave much of an impression on me. I've never been a huge Battlefield player, to be fair, but I have had a few sessions in the past in various Battlefield games where I've had lots of fun. And Battlefield 2042, just, I couldn't even put my finger on it. I didn't like it. But now that it's on Game Pass and it's in Season 3 and there have been updates, I don't know what they've done to it. Once again, I can't put my finger on it, but it feels better to play. It feels more fun, and it's the kind of thing that I'm happy to just have installed so I can like boot up occasionally and play a match or two, you know? Battlefield is a very unique shooter as far as shooters go, in that it's more of like a macro scale of a war front. So it's fun to have something a little different on the roster. It's probably replaced Halo Infinite, because I haven't really been playing that since the winter update came out. Which is funny, because that update is actually got a lot of people back into playing that game. I also keep meaning to make more time for Pentiment, and I just never do. And I feel bad, because I want to play it, and then, like, yesterday I was like, I'll have time to play it when I get home, and I'm rendering a video, and then I'm rendering the video, and I'm like, I do not have a brain capacity to play Pentiment right now. I'm just going to level Divination in RuneScape. I've also been feeling the itch to try out some more emulation stuff in regards to older games and play some older games on my PC and maybe try and make content around it, so I might get into that. I want to at some point make time to properly set up a PS2 emulator and have it work properly, so that, you know, I can play PS2 games. I actually, like, a while ago I bought some leads so that I could capture PS2 footage, but I actually never ended up setting it up, so I don't even know if it worked. I keep having this on and off interest in like PlayStation 2 era content. It's weird. So yeah, I may or may not do some stuff with that. I've got a week off coming up, so we'll see what I do with my free time. One random thing I want to mention is that the YouTube algorithm has been recommending me some banger videos lately, and I don't know if they've changed something or if I'm just getting lucky with them, but I've subscribed to like 4 or 5 channels in the last week, and that's unprecedented for me. I subscribe to like maybe one new channel a year. I discovered H-Bomber Guy and Folding Ideas. I discovered, oh my god, I've forgotten his name, John Stone, who is a Pokemon content creator and does fun challenges. Go watch his video where he has to catch like every shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Edition, and if that sounds insane to you, that's because it was. In a similar kind of like, a challenge, a self-imposed challenge in an older game kind of area, I also subscribed to I could not get that word out. New Game Plus, because they did some Ratchet and Clank content. They said, could you beat Ratchet and Clank without Clank? Good videos, go watch them. Maybe that's why I've got an itch for PS2 content. Damn. And finally, last night, I discovered Ice Cream Sandwich, the animator, and instead of going to sleep like I should have been doing, I binged their entire channel because they make fun edited shorts and fun animated shorts. Everything's edited. The one thing that literally all of these channels have in common, by the way, is that they don't put out content on a very regular basis. Like, there's multiple month-long gaps between videos. So it's interesting. Maybe that's a change in the YouTube algorithm. Maybe they've started recommending channels which don't upload as regularly. Maybe the weekly Waypoint is a bad idea now. Maybe I should be making the once every 7 months or so Waypoint. No, if I was doing this to fulfill the needs of some algorithm, I would be doing it all wrong. But what that collection of noises was meant to be was me saying, well, there's a collection of YouTube channel recommendations for you if you are hankering for something to watch. I also started the first episode of Andor because people won't shut up about it. Apparently it's amazing, even though I really couldn't care for Rogue One. People are saying it's amazing even so. Episode 1, it's okay. It has a little bit too much techno babble, and it leaves you feeling a little bit lost as to what people's jobs are meant to be or where locations are really meant to be, but other than that, it's fine. I should keep watching it though, it's been a few days. But this game ends very abruptly, just like the last week's one. But basically, we won. We won! We did it! We did an Overwatch, everyone. Thank you for participating. Thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video, please. It helps. And I will see you next week. Oh, and you can comment too if you like. And even subscribe!